Good morning. Welcome to day 4. I don't know if you remember yesterday I described myself as feeling quite together, I think was the word that I used. Needless to say, this morning I do not feel that way. I am feeling a bit of a sort of a rag bag. Is that the right word, or is it ragtag? I can't remember. I don't think it matters. I just feel a bit ropey. I feel a bit ropey today. And you know when you feel like you're coming down with something and you know that it's not bad enough that you have a temperature, but you feel just a little bit warmer than you should. Like it's a cold day. And I'm here in my t-shirt thinking, oh God, I feel a bit sort of like warm and I shouldn't. So I think I'm not fully fit today. However, the beauty of today is it's that Thursday that I showed you in a previous vlog, where I have my whole day mapped out really tightly. So that's going to be a good thing. Have I got anything to update you on from this sort of the end of day 3? Oh yes, the front cover. I did finish it. I wasn't happy with it. I looked at it again this morning and I thought, do you know what? It's finished. Like, I've got it to the stage where it's the best that I can get it to with the skills that I have at like layout, and it's not quite graphic design, is it? But that type of thing. Like, I've done it to the best of my ability. And if I get better at designing front covers one day, I will come back and I can redo it at any point, or I can make little tweaks and improvements. For now, it's done. So that means that with that KDP book, I think the only thing I've got to do is put in the tags now and put in the description. And I might try and squeeze that in today, but today is very much focused on all of the reselling stuff. The other thing that has happened is I have had a payout from eBay because I have got seven items to package and post. A lot of the, well, I say a lot. A lot is not a word I'm going to use about eBay at the moment, but a few things have been selling over the last couple of weeks that I've put down at the sort of bargain sell-through prices, where I'm trying to clear stuff that has been hanging about for like 7 months plus, really. Kind of anything older than that, I'm just like, oh, just take the price down, keep taking the price down until it goes, just to try and get some things moving. And I don't want loads of stock hanging about the place. So what we'll do is, once I've bought the postage for these 7 parcels, then I will minus that off the payout that I've been given, and then we will deduct what's left off that £500 that I need to make in the next 10 days, is it now? No, I think it's no, it's 2 weeks, isn't it? It's 2 weeks. I have to remember that I've got 14 work days when I started this, but there was about 19 days left. There's almost 3 weeks left in the month. And on the days where I'm not working, things in my shops and different income streams will still continue to like sell and make money and stuff during those 5 days as well. So yes, yes, I forgot to wash the vintage linens, but I have put them in the washing machine this morning. I don't know how I forgot. I had it on my list for 2 days running, so it's not really a question of forgetting. I think I just kept putting it off and putting it off. Things like that annoy me about myself. And I just sit here and I just think, why can't I do life better? Why can't I be better at things like that, where I have something on my list for 2 days? And it's not a difficult thing. It's not even a particularly irritating thing. It's just not an interesting thing. And it's something that obviously over the last couple of days has not captured my interest enough for me to prioritise it and go and do it, even though I needed it done for today. I'm just an absolute idiot at times. I really am. But enough of that. I am going to get on and dispatch these parcels, and then we will catch up again, I think, once I've done that and once I'm at the photography stage for some stuff for the Etsy shop. So I'll see you in a little while. Welcome back. It's 11:30 and I have a little bit of progress to report. I've got a bright yellow jumper on to cheer myself up. Those of you that, oh, I've got stuck, my chair won't move. Those of you that have watched this channel for a while, and what's been really interesting lately is I've had 2 or 3 people come into my comments who used to watch me like 3, 4, 5 years ago, say that they've seen one of my videos pop up for the first time and they didn't even realise that I was back. So for some reason YouTube was deciding not to even show my videos to my existing subscribers, let alone to anybody new. So thanks YouTube algorithm, or whatever decision YouTube made about that. But it is lovely to have you back again. And I've worn this jumper for quite a long time. It's just a Georgia Asda jumper. It's like a big chunky jumper, and it's not particularly cold anymore. And you know, it's warmed up a little bit today. It's not particularly cold. The sun is out. I feel a little bit better than I did this morning, but I've noticed that I'm hungry because I didn't have a proper breakfast. And all of this week so far, I have had a decent breakfast. This morning my breakfast consisted of 2 cups of tea and 2 bananas, and that's it. And now I'm hungry and I'm gonna have an early lunch. What have I got for my lunch? I've got leftover vegetable risotto, which I will heat up and have that for my lunch, and that will be delicious and full of vegetables as well, just to, you know, keep my vitamins and minerals up while I'm feeling a little bit dodgy. Progress update on my actual work though, not just how I'm feeling, is I have completed all of my eBay business dispatch. I remembered that I had a couple of sales on my personal eBay, so I will have to get to those at some point soon. And I have gone through that stock again, and what I've done is I've done 2 things. I've divided it up into what's going to be listed on eBay, what's going to be listed on Etsy, and then I've picked a couple of things to get started on Vinted with, so just 2 items. And then what I did once I'd done that is, because I was just really worried about how much I'd spent on this jewellery, because I'd spent more than I remembered I had. I thought I'd spent 50, but actually I've spent about 68 on it. And it's just not a great pile of stuff, but I've added everything up. And I never do this. I never have to do this because I've normally picked really good jewellery lots. And I've added everything up, and what are my figures on here? So my listing price for them is going to be £221. I've taken 20% off that because it's just got stuff falling out of my notebook. When everything's taken off with fees and things like that, it's going to be at least 20%. So that brings it down to about 184. And then I paid £68 something. So I'm definitely going to get my money back. I'm definitely going to make a profit. And that might sound okay to some people, but for me, that's not great. I normally do a lot better than that with a batch of jewellery that I've bought. So things are okay. It's not as bad as I thought, but I'm still disappointed with my purchase. But anyway, I've got it all divided up into where it's going to go. So I will get on with my photography next. Then I'll take a break for lunch. Then I need to photograph the bigger items for the Etsy shop, like the little dressing tabletop stuff that I showed you in the previous vlogs. What else have I done? I've washed the vintage fabrics now, and I've hung those up all over the house to get them dry. They won't be ready for photographing and listing today, but they'll be ready for the next sort of reselling day. And yeah, look, I'm on a go slow. I'm not doing anything fast. I would normally be further ahead than this with what I'm doing, but I don't feel that great. And so it's fine. I'm working my way through my list of jobs, and I just might not get as far into them as I thought I would. So yeah, I'm going to go off and do my photography now, and we'll report back afterwards. Right, okay, all the jewellery has been photographed apart from one batch that I think I'm going to put into a bundle, so I'm leaving that for now. And so the stuff for Vinted has been photographed, the stuff for Etsy has been photographed, the stuff for eBay has been photographed. It's now time for me to go and have some lunch because I'm so hungry. I probably should have had a little snack, but I was too lazy to go downstairs and get one. I thought I'll just stay here, have an early lunch instead, and get more things ticked off my list. So over my lovely lunch of like leftover risotto, I am going to answer some of your comments on the most recent video that went up, which is day 1, because I don't want to keep going on there and doing it while I'm working, because then I can't focus on anything. So I'm going to respond to maybe like half a dozen of those over my lunch, and then also over my lunch I'm going to start editing the video footage for days 2 and 3, just because like I really want to stick to doing this. It's not like I'm going to be working through my lunch hour like for the rest of the year or anything like that. It is really just for a period of a couple of weeks, and it's not going to be every single lunchtime, and it's not going to be every single evening that I'm working. I want to stay on top of the video footage because it takes up a lot of space on my devices and things. And actually I need to transfer it to a hard drive that I've got. Anyway, so I'll be doing that over my lunch, and then when I come back up here, I'm going to sort out my personal eBay dispatch, get the items, like the bigger items that are going on Etsy, get those cleaned and prepped for photography, and then get those photographed. I'm thinking, so what is it now? It's 12:15. I'll take an hour for my lunch, so I'll be back at 1:15. Try and get the rest of the photography done within an hour, and then that gives me a few hours at the end of the day to actually get the listings on. And I think, where's my list? I don't know where everything's gone. And then I've actually done everything. Oh my gosh, I've actually done everything. So yeah, I mean, the only thing I had on there was to iron the vintage linens, but obviously I can't do that. That will go on to next time. But dispatch, photograph for Etsy, add 15 listings to Etsy, photograph eBay stock if it arrives, eBay listings. Oh, I've got personal listings on here. That was something that like I mentioned, I started doing that in the evening. I just got some drafts together. So yeah, I mean, if I've got time, I'll just drop the photos into those listings and get those finished as well. Do you know what? That's a lot better. I think yesterday I overloaded myself with too many things to do, whereas today I've had a much more sensible like approach in terms of what I can actually fit into a day. So that's a good thing as well. Oh, I also need to sort my money out as well. Because because I switched everything to daily, didn't I? I've had my daily payout. I forgot to switch my personal account to daily, so I will go in and do that later. That can also go on there. These are just like little things. Switch eBay to daily. There we are. Then that will be done, and then I'll get my cash through for the personal items that I sold. This afternoon we'll take a look at that £500 and see what's come in and what I can knock off that, and then have a clear idea moving forward for the rest of the month with, you know, what I've still got to make. Okay, time for some lunch. I decided I needed a bit of fresh air, and it's pretty fresh out here. Just needed a break, so I'm going to post my parcels, and I am then going to go for a little trot around the block. That's all I need to do really today, because I exercised a lot yesterday. It's now 3:30, and I finally feel like I'm getting somewhere today. I've managed to, so I had more packaging stuff to do than I thought, because I suddenly remembered that I had Mother's Day cards to write and presents to wrap and things like that. So yeah, so I've done all of that, written cards, wrapped presents, that's all good to go. And then I had to book in one of the parcels that I took to drop off at the post box was actually a bit too wide to go into the post box, so I have booked that in for collection. So I had like more little fiddly bits and pieces to do, and it was starting to really just drag me down because I felt like I wasn't getting anywhere fast. And then the same as what happened before, I think this was like in vlog 1 or something, day 1, sorry. The lighting in here just changes so dramatically, especially at this time of year, kind of like winter time. You just get this really low sun that blows out all the photography that I'm trying to do. Luckily, I'd got all of the jewellery done in the morning, and the bric-a-brac is just going to have to roll into the next reselling day. However, I'm sitting in a pile of mess, which is also starting to get to me. In fact, I know I haven't really shown you very much today, but look, here's all my mess. My jumper's off as well. Mess everywhere, mess on the floor, there's mess on the desk. I feel like I haven't made the effort to kind of put the camera somewhere else and film me doing stuff. But I think some days, some of these like vlog days are just going to have to be like this, because this is so much easier. I've basically got you set up in front of me, and I can just, you know, turn the camera on and off and have a chat about something and then kind of be done with it. And today, because of the feeling a little bit iffy this morning, today's been a day where that is all I can manage, and that's okay. Like, that's absolutely fine. I did manage to, over lunchtime, I did manage to respond to, I think, all of the comments that had come through up to that point. I didn't manage to get on to editing the video clips and things from like the last couple of days, so we'll get on and do that this evening. I have listed 3 things already on eBay, so now I always feel like when I get to actually listing stuff, like I've got to the guts of my day and of what it is that I want to achieve. So that's where I'm going to leave it for today. That's what I'm going to carry on with. I'm keeping records so that when I see you for day 5, can you believe we're on day 5 already? Oh my gosh. When I see you on day 5, I will be able to update you with how many listings I managed to get done and what tasks I'm carrying forward to my next reselling day. And then also in day 5, no, is that right? Yeah, day 5, I'm forgetting already, and I've literally just said it. Day 5 is going to be focusing on Etsy, on one of my digital download shops. And I won't say any more about that today, but it's partly connected to I talked about messaging someone back about an affiliate program that I want to get involved with and have now officially got involved with, which is very exciting. I'm going to be testing out a business tool that's hopefully going to help me find like what's being searched for and try and find some like gaps in the market for some of my digital downloads and things. I'm going to use it first of all for the scrapbook paper shop, and then I might use it for the art printable shop as well, and kind of see how we go. So it's very exciting, very exciting. But yes, thank you for spending today with me again. And so I know some of you are just coming back every single time, so it is again for a lot of you. And yeah, I will see you again for day 5.